Buying decorative pillow covers to brighten up your decor can get really expensive, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can make your own pillow covers at a fraction of the cost, and today I'm going to show you how. Let's get started. Hey everybody, I'm Marla. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining us today. I make videos every week of the things that I make that you can make too. Today, we've got a lot going on, so let's get started. Just to give you a little backstory, we actually rent this house a couple years ago. We sold our big almost 4,000 square foot house when our kids moved out. And it was time to downsize. But at the time, we weren't really sure where to go. Frankly, we're not even sure at this point. So we decided to rent for a while instead. Here in Arizona, it's already getting warm. It's the end of January right now, and I know for some of you it's still snowing where you live. But for us, it's almost 70 degrees sometimes, and so it feels like spring already. So what I really wanted to do at this point was just brighten up our space, kind of put away those winter things and look towards spring. Maybe not all the way to spring, but at least make a little adjustment at this point. So let me show you some pictures of how it looks right now. Most of the pillows that are on the couches right now are the ones that came with the couch when we bought it. Since we're renting, we're not replacing any furniture right now. So the brown couch and the dark navy blue one here, the brown chairs, all of that is going to stay. But what I'm going to do is just update the colors, remove those reds and rusts and the other warm colors and switch them out with gray and cream is the plan, so that we can lighten it up a little bit. And then the backyard is also going to get just a couple little brighter pillows, and that we can cover up these rust ones as well. All right, let's talk about how to make these pillow covers. I have several different versions here, and I'm going to show you how I went about actually putting these together. But the first two I'm going to show you, I didn't make, I actually bought. So if you're not a sewer, but you do want to update your decor, there are still ways to change your pillows that are cheaper than if you bought the whole pillow with the insert. So this one is one I bought several years ago at IKEA. It has a zipper here. It's large. It's probably a 20 by 20 pillow, so it definitely will fit the ones that I have on, the larger ones that I have on the couch. So that's one, probably was $5, I think, at the most. This muslin one that I bought more recently also has a zipper closure here. And I bought these two of them at 50% off. I actually have two of each of these pillows, all of them, except for one. But so it's nice. It has a zipper. It allows you to put the pillow in and out. It makes it very easy. And at 50% off, I think this was $2.50 each. So $5 for the pair there. So these two are going to look great. The gray and the cream are going to look great with my new decor colors. This next one is another no-sew. It's just really a pillowcase that I bought at Goodwill. I bought two of them. They were 99 cents each, 50% off, so I got both for $1. It's just a really pretty fabric. I bought them actually to make for something else, but I decided that I liked how this fabric looked on my navy blue couch. So all I'm gonna do is just fold it around the pillow cover, and it will stay put. So let me show you real quick how to do that. Let me show you real quick just how I folded this pillowcase into the pillow so it will hold. You're just going to tuck the top side in and then fold the side almost like you're wrapping a package, and fold that under piece in as well. And then you just want to straighten it out. It's at least 6 inches into the pillow, so it's going to hold. I didn't tack it down at all. Just continue to work it and straighten it out so that it's secure, and then you'll be good to go. This next one is a favorite. It's again something I bought at Goodwill. I am a sucker for a handmade product. This is a knit baby blanket. Actually, every time I see things that another maker made at Goodwill, I just have to rescue it. And I'm glad I'm going to be able to use this as a pillow. I'm not going to be cutting it at all. It will fit an actual bed-sized pillow. And so I'll show you how I actually just sewed around the edges of this and sewed on some buttons. So let me show you how to do this one. I had some extra cotton yarn in my stash that matched really well with this this yarn that the person used who made this. And all I did was just stitch it up the side. I just enclosed it with that yarn. It's a really close match to what was there. So it was an easy way of just closing in that part. And then the next step is just to sew on buttons. There was a scalloped edge on this quilt, so I was able to just put buttons at those curves. And then what I did to secure it is just used a hole in the pattern of the knit so that the button can just fit right through. Next up are some fabric that I bought at a upholstery remnants clearance center. So I got this fabric. A lot of times upholstery fabric at a regular fabric store would be at least $20 a yard. I got this fabric for $2.99 a yard. So I loved that it was the colors I was looking for. It's really high quality fabric. I was only able, the whole piece was a little over a yard, so there wasn't that much there, but I was able to not only make 2 pillows out of it, but also a little runner for my table. So this is one that I made into what is called an envelope pillow. Let me show you how to make this one. The first thing you're going to do is hem both the short sides by doing a double turn and sewing about a 1/2 inch closure. Once that's done on both sides, insert the pillow insert and cross over the fabric about 6 inches. That's usually what an envelope pillow is doing, is crossing over it about 6 inches. You're going to clip it together or pin it in the center points and on the sides in order to make sure you know where you're going to sew those sides. So remove your pillow insert at this point and head to the sewing machine, and then you're just going to sew along those 2 sides to secure the pillow together, making sure that you're crossing over that section that you crossed over to make the envelope. Then you're just going to turn your pillow right side out and then insert your pillow insert. This can be a little ruly sometimes. You just have to work with it. Keep pushing the corners all the way in to make sure it's flat. Cross over your envelope part and just straighten it and you're done. Okay, this next one is also fabric that I bought at that clearance upholstery store at $2.99 a yard. I was able to get 3 yards though, which allowed me to not only make the pillows, but also to make a small runner and a tablecloth. And speaking of tablecloths, let me just give you a tip real quick. I have bought lots of tablecloths on clearance. That's usually when I buy them after the holidays at 75% off. But what I find oftentimes is stores will price the tablecloths regardless of the size at the same price. So the tip is to buy the largest tablecloth they have, even though your table may be smaller than that, because it gives you all this extra fabric for free, basically. So the green and black plaid one that I had on my table before doing this redecorate was a tablecloth that I bought after the holidays a while back, years ago actually. And you know, it doesn't really scream Christmas to me, so I use it during other times of the year, but it allowed me to make napkins and a runner too for free because it was just a larger tablecloth than I needed. So that's just a tip on that. But for this one, because I made those other things, the tablecloth and the runner, I didn't have a lot of fabric left over for the pillows. I didn't have enough to do the envelope pillow that I just showed you, but I did have some Velcro in my stash, and that's how I completed this one, was adding Velcro to the edge here. So let me show you how to do that. So here is the green and black and white plaid one I was talking about. I was able to make the tablecloth, this runner, and those napkins just by buying a bigger tablecloth. So for this one that we're making, what you're going to do is just barely turn over the edge, because remember I said I had hardly any fabric left, and you're going to sew your Velcro right on that edge, so that what it's going to do is actually secure the raw edge of the fabric underneath the Velcro. So once you finish sewing down, you're sewing right at the very edge, so that when you close the pillow, the two pieces of Velcro will come together neatly. And then once you've sewn this side, you're going to sew the other side of the Velcro, and that's what's going to secure that raw edge of the fabric inside that Velcro. And then of course you're going to do that on the other side of the pillow as well. And then just like the others, we're just going to sew up the sides to close the pillow. So you're going to do that on both sides, making sure that the Velcro is coming together at the end. And then you just push the two pieces of Velcro together to close the pillow, and you're done. So this is the last one for decorating here in the house, and then I have one for the patio. This, I gotta say, turned out really well. It's my favorite of the ones I made. Again, it was a remnant piece, not at the same store, but it was a remnant, 75% off the clearance price actually. So it cost me about $4 for the two pillows that I was able to make from it. But once again, I didn't have enough fabric. It barely went around the pillow. So what I did this time instead is I just used little pieces of elastic here and sewed on buttons. And that is how I'm attaching the pillow here. And I'm gonna show you how to make this one here as well. But before I do, let me give you a tip about buttons. This is my button little holder here. I save buttons, and you should too, because all of the buttons that I used on the knit one and this one came out of this container here. If you've got a shirt that has a stain or is torn and you're getting rid of it and it's just not in the condition for you to donate and you're just going to throw it away, the tip is cut the buttons off before you throw it away and put them in your little button container, so that when you need a button, you have it. Also, you know, when you buy shirts or new things, you get these little bags attached with little buttons. This can be your place to hold your buttons. So let me show you how to make this one. Here, I'm actually trying to determine how much fabric I'm going to have to be able to turn back, since I know I don't have a lot here. I have to be able to turn it twice and hem that shorter side. So once I turn it under, I'm going to have to turn it under twice. But here I'm measuring the elastic. Those pieces of elastic are 4 inches long. I'm going to fold them in half and then sew them onto that folded edge that I made in the fabric. You sew them right down the edge to secure the elastic that's going to be going around the button. But then once we've done this side, we have to go back and enclose the raw edge, not just of the fabric, but also of the elastic. So that's why you need to make the elastic long enough to be able to go around twice. So then we're going to sew down that inside edge, catching the fabric underneath and the elastic, so that it is secure and the raw edges of the elastic are no longer showing. So that's that edge. You're going to do the same thing on the other side, just like we've done. Hem the other side, 1/2 inch double turn. And now, again, we're going to sew up the sides. But here I had very little overlap. Just those two seams is all this pillow is overlapping. And I want to make sure I've decided where in the pillow the actual buttons are going to go. For me, it was about 3 inches, I think, there. And then again, we're just going to sew down the sides to enclose the bottom of the pillow, the two sides of the pillow. All right, next step is sewing on the buttons. So I've already done the one pillow, now I'm doing the other one. You just use where the elastic is located to determine where you need to place your buttons, and then you're going to sew your buttons on. I actually put this button on in the wrong place and I had to cut it off and move it up. But so another tip is make sure that you've marked where that button needs to go with a pen or something underneath where the button would be so it won't show. So you put it on the right place, and then you just use the elastic around the button to enclose the pillow and you're done. Okay, last but not least, we have this really super cute one for the back patio. It's actually dish towels. I bought 2 of them. Again, they were on clearance. I think $2.50 each, something like that. Love these little pink tassels. They're super cute. This is the easiest one because all I did was fold it and sew it along the side. Really simple. Let me just quickly show you how to do this last one, and then I'll show you all these pillows in place. I love the bright colors of this one, and the green leaves look so nice outside. And like I said, $2.49 each, so a great deal for pillows. Here, I'm just measuring to make sure that I have the enclosure at the right side. It's going to be an envelope pillow. There's nothing that's going to be holding it together except that overlap. And I just measure to make sure that it's the same on both sides. And then I pin it. And in this case, I didn't even sew on the inside. I just sewed right on the outside and just made sure the tassel was out of the way. So I didn't have to turn the pillow. The hardest part about this was the inserts. What I did was I had a pillow in my closet that I wasn't using, just a regular standard bed pillow. I cut it in half because it was the perfect size for these pillows. Then I re-sewed the lining, enclosed it with a whip stitch, and inserted the pillow. It was a perfect size for these smaller but long rectangle size pillows. So it worked out great, actually. The fabric is stiff enough that it will completely stay closed just as it is without anything else holding it in place. Now let's take a look at all the things I made in place. I love all the new pattern on the couch. You don't even notice the brown as much as I did before. Here's the tablecloth that I made with that extra fabric, and also the runner, that little piece of fabric I had left over of the print. I also, did you notice, I swapped out that red picture that was on the wall with this gray one instead, so that also added some more gray and removed some of that warm rust color. So in the family room, simple changes. That pillowcase pillows are in here, the ones with the buttons. Made some changes here to the couch. I like it a lot better with these pillows. That plaid fabric, the pillow that is underneath it, is so comfortable. There's our little Izzy. Also, I changed out the tablecloth with just a beige linen tablecloth, and that's the other little runner that I was able to make with that little tiny bit left of that stripe. Here's the patio with the pillows that I made to show that I can use them either on the chairs or the little wicker bench. And just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you would just hit that subscribe button and also the bell so that you're notified each time I upload a new video. And if you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up so I know to make more of these in the future. Thank you so much for watching today. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.